Hey guys, so I'm finally going to do my breastfeeding update, and it just so happens that he is starving. So I'm gonna go ahead and get him on, and we're gonna do the breastfeeding update while he's breastfeeding. Basically, I'm gonna start from the very beginning. From the moment he was born, he did amazing. He latched right away, which was super encouraging and really exciting for me. As far as, in the hospital, we did good. We learned a lot of different techniques and stuff. But after we got home, things got a little bit more difficult. He gets frustrated when he can't find like the perfect latch or the perfect position. So it takes us a little while. I call it like we get in a fight, like we like rumble a little bit right before we breastfeed, because it takes him like a minute to like get that perfect latch and stuff. But once we do get the latch, he does really good. Another thing in the very beginning is that he was only eating for like a couple minutes, and it was really like making me nervous, and he would do like 2 to 3 minutes every like couple hours. But since then he's gotten a lot better with that too. He's also now eating about 10 minutes for every like 2 hours, which is really nice. And then I'm gonna give you a little tip. Basically, from the very beginning of breastfeeding, I was really paranoid about cracked, like the cracked, dry nipples that everyone like scares you about and how painful it is. And I was just like, I don't want to have to deal with that. So from like the very beginning, I seriously started putting coconut oil on my nipples like immediately. Basically, I use this coconut oil. It's called Spectrum, and now it is refined. It's not unrefined, in which there is a big difference. Unrefined is a much it has just a lot more things in it. It's much better for you. But I'm not a super fan of the smell. I like the refined because there's almost no smell, and surprisingly, it does work. If for any reason it didn't work, I would go to unrefined, but it works. Basically, I started putting this on my nipples like immediately, and I have never once experienced any kind of dry, cracked nipples whatsoever, which I find to be almost shocking, because I don't know if very many women get to just not have that dry, cracked nipples. And so I don't know if it's just me or if this actually worked, but I definitely at this point am recommending it. And I actually use it for everything. I use it for any kind of rash he has, any kind of like baby acne, anything. I put it right on, and it is amazing. If you don't know what coconut oil is, definitely do your research, because this stuff is like a miracle. Another thing I like to use when breastfeeding is my breastfeeding app. Basically how this works is it's a breastfeed app. It's called Baby Feed. I don't know if it's for Android. I know it's on my iPhone, and it's seriously the most amazing thing. Basically, I've tried other apps, and they were all just a little bit too complicated for me, I guess you could say. Like, they just weren't like simple stop, pause kind of thing. And another thing is that this one was free, so I was pretty excited about that. It's basically, you can choose which side you're gonna be breastfeeding on. You press start, and if he pauses, or if he stops eating, or if he does something, you can just like literally press pause, and then resume. And then you can switch sides if you end up switching sides. And you can also keep track of his wet and poopy diapers. I mainly just use it for the breastfeeding, and it's really nice because it also just like keeps track of how often he's eating, and so it gives you an average. Like, he's probably gonna need to eat in the next 2.5 hours or something, and so it gives you a time, like the estimated time of when he'll be hungry again, which will be at whatever time. And so I love this app. It'll also send me notifications, and they're actually quite hilarious. Sometimes they tell me like, Oliver's nom nom nom, or Oliver's snack time, go on the left, or something. And so it's really cool, and I absolutely love this app. The one thing that is frustrating is that you have to go get your phone when you're gonna go breastfeed, where it's almost like breastfeeding is supposed to be such a simple thing to it. You literally just pull down your shirt and put them on. And so this kind of, adds a little extra step to that. Like, I gotta go get my phone, and then I gotta go sit down. But a lot of people do have things that they need to get before they go nursing, whether it's just getting a burp rag, or their Baffi, or whatever it is. For me, it's definitely this app. And then another thing I do like to use, I don't use it all the time, because sometimes, like I said, it's just like an extra step that I really don't want to go do, but it's this Baffi. I really like it because, as you can see, my hands can easily just be set down. He's basically laying right on it. It's basically just really easy and very comfortable to use. I don't use it all the time, like when I'm in bed. I really like it when I'm in this kind of a chair, because it kind of holds everything together. But I definitely like this, and I recommend it. And another thing that I've been doing is I basically I do tend to take his clothes off, because he's the kind of baby that sleeps a lot, and he does not like to wake up. And so in order to keep him awake, I kind of have to make sure he doesn't get too warm. I also have to kind of play with him and tickle him, and that keeps him eating so that we can get a full at least 10 minutes in if that's what we're going for. So like I said, breastfeeding is just going really awesome. We do go through our struggles, and we have to, struggle a little bit sometimes to get him latched on. But once he does, he's just awesome, and I'm just really, really proud of the way that we're handling things. Because like I've said in past videos, I may not have gotten that birth I wanted, but breastfeeding was so important to me, and at least I can do that, and that's really encouraging. So I'm still hoping that everything goes according to plan, and that breastfeeding stays as easy as it does, because as we all know, it can change so quickly and so easily, and all of a sudden milk could start drying up and all that. So I'm just trying to stay really positive and keeping up on everything, that way we can stay breastfeeding. Alright guys, so I hope you liked this video. Definitely leave in the comments below maybe some of your favorite items that you use when breastfeeding. Like this video because breast is best. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Alright guys, so here is my belly 2 weeks after giving birth, and so basically this is what it looks like. And I am, pretty much okay with this. My pants are kind of low so that I can show you also my incision. If you don't know, these are terry strips.